Any set of numbers, whether it's sales figures, sports stats, or even your monthly budget, has a story to tell. But how do you actually read it? Well, today, we're going to become data detectives. I'm going to show you the 5 key tools that let you uncover the hidden story in pretty much any set of data. Okay, let's get into it.
So imagine someone hands you this list of test scores. Right now, it's just a jumble of numbers, right? Is this class doing well or not so much? Are the scores all over the place? It's a total mystery, but stick with me because by the end of this, you're going to be able to look at this list and see the whole story.
All right, so every good detective knows the first step is to check out the evidence. In stats, our evidence is data. In the simplest form, the raw, unprocessed clues, that's what we call ungrouped data. And this slide really breaks it down for us. On one side, you've got ungrouped data, just a raw list of scores. That's our focus today. On the other side, you can see that same data, but it's been sorted into bins or groups. We're going to stick with those raw clues, the ungrouped stuff, because that's the foundation for everything else. Okay, so to make this super clear, we're going to work with a single case file for this whole explainer. Here they are, our 7 test scores. And we're going to stick with this one set of numbers for the whole journey, so you can really see how all these different stats connect and tell one cohesive story. All right, so our first mission as data detectives is to find the center of our data. What's a typical score in this list? To figure that out, we've got 3 main tools in our detective kit, and each one gives you a slightly different angle on what typical actually means. We've got the mean, the median, and the mode. Let's tackle them one by one.
First up is the mean. You probably already know this one. It's just the average, right? It's the most common way to find the center. The idea is super simple. You just add up every single value to get a grand total, and then you divide by how many values there are. It boils everything down to a single number that represents the whole group.
Think of it like this. It's like pooling all the points from every test into one big pot, and then sharing them out equally among the 7 scores to see what each person would get. So for our data, we just add up all 7 scores, then divide that total by 7. It's a nice and simple 2-step process.
And boom, there's our number, 44.3. That's our mean. So we can now say that the average score for this set of tests is 44.3. This is our first real clue to understanding how this group performed overall.
Okay, next tool in our kit, the median. The median is literally the middle value. But here is the absolute key, the thing you can't forget. You have to sort the data first, from smallest to largest. What's cool about the median is that it's not bothered by super high or super low numbers, those outliers, which makes it a really reliable tool. And this shows you exactly how it works. We take our scores and we line them up in order, smallest to largest. Now, since we have 7 scores, that's an odd number. It's easy. There's a perfect middle. You've got 3 numbers on the left, 3 numbers on the right, and right there, smack in the center, is 40. That's our median.
But you might be asking, what happens if you have an even number of data points? Great question. If you have, say, 6 numbers, there's no single middle value. So what do? Simple. You just grab the 2 numbers that are in the middle, add them up, divide by 2 to find their average, and that's your median. All right, our third tool for finding the center is the mode. And honestly, this one's the easiest of the bunch. The mode is just the number that shows up most often. You're just scanning the list and looking for the most popular value, the one that's repeated more than any other.
So, if we look back at our list of scores, you can spot this one right away. Every number shows up just once except for 40, which appears twice. Since it's the most frequent value, our mode is 40. Simple as that.
Okay, so we've got a handle on the typical score now using mean, median, and mode, but that's only half the story, right? Now we got to ask, how spread out are these scores? Are they all packed tightly around the average, or are they kind of all over the place? To answer that, we need 2 more really powerful tools. And this is where standard deviation comes in. It sounds fancy, but it's a powerful idea. It's a single number that tells you, on average, how far each data point is from the mean. Think of it this way. A small standard deviation means everyone's scores are huddled together, real close to the average. A big one means the scores were scattered all over the field.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. You see a formula like this and your brain just wants to shut down. I get it, but trust me, think of it less like a scary math problem and more like a recipe with just a few simple steps. I'm going to walk you through each piece and you'll see it's totally manageable.
So step 1 in our recipe, we just lay out our ingredients. This first column X, that's just our original list of 7 test scores. Easy, right? Let's keep going. Now for the second column. Here, we're figuring out the deviation. All that means is we take each score and see how far away it is from our mean. You know, that 44.3 we found earlier. If the number's negative, the score was below average. If it's positive, it was above average. Okay, but now we've got a little problem. See all those negative numbers? If we tried to add them up now, they'd start canceling out the positive ones, and that messes everything up. So we do a simple trick. We square every single one of those deviations. Multiplying a number by itself always makes it positive, which is exactly what we need.
Okay, we are in the home stretch now. First, we add up everything in that last column, which gives us a total of 1771.43. Then we divide that number by 7, since we have 7 scores. That gets us to 253.06. And for the grand finale, we take the square root of that number, and what do we get? Our standard deviation, 15.9.
And you know what? That brings us to our fifth and final number, variance. And the best part is, we basically already calculated it. The variance is just the standard deviation squared. Remember that number right before we took the final square root? 253.06? Well, that's the variance. How easy is that?
All right, we've done it. We've gathered all 5 of our clues. We've found the mean, the median, the mode, the standard deviation, and the variance. Now it's time for the big reveal, putting it all together to see the story these numbers are actually telling us.
And here it is, the full story. The typical score is hanging out right around 40, since that's both the middle score and the most common score. The average, our mean, is a little higher at 44.3, which tells us that a couple of those higher scores are pulling the average up a bit. And that standard deviation of almost 16, that tells us the scores were pretty spread out. See, it's not just a random list anymore. It's a real profile of how this class performed. So there you have it. With just these 5 numbers, you can take any jumble of data and find the story hidden inside. You've got the basic toolkit of a data detective now. So the only real question is, what story are you going to go out and uncover?